Maayong adlaw everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here to my channel guys, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So as you can see on my thumbnail, this is an update vlog of my Hiko nose thread lift journey, and this is sadly a bad news. 2 months past my last thread extrusion, I had another episode of rejection. So before I will continue my story, we're actually in the middle of our walking to complete our 10k steps for the day. So we're here at the riverside here in Reading, and it's raining as you can see. So on the 22nd of July, I've noticed that there's a fluid buildup on the tip of my nose, and I was thinking there's really something unusual. So I asked my friend to take a photo of my nose, and boom, as you can see, here's my nose. So there was a fluid buildup. Well, I think it was just starting at that time. So what I did, I just observed for the next 2 days what would happen. But then every day it gets bigger and bigger. I can feel a hollow part on the tip of my nose. So there's really like a fluid building up. So I decided on the 25th to start on antibiotics. So I became more anxious about what's going on my nose. So on the 26th, I've decided to do what I did before to resolve the problem. So I pricked my skin. I'll show you the video. I didn't record the part where I pricked my skin, but I used a gauge 26 needle. So that's a very tiny needle. I disinfected my nose first with betadine, and then I did a very minimal puncture on my nose, the one that has a fluid buildup. It's like an intradermal injection. So that's when the pus or a liquid came out from the tip of my nose. So on the following day, after a shower, so the liquid is just continuously coming out from my nose. So when I press it, there are 3 tiny broken threads that came out from my nose. Yeah? It's so annoying, isn't it? I was like, oh my god, here it is again. That's why all along, the last few days, that's why it was swollen and red and looks like I'm a witch, and I look like a witch in the last few days. So my friend advised me, please, it's time for you to consult a doctor. I tried online. Honestly, I tried to book a private plastic surgeon, but there's no availability until the month of September. So I decided to fill in a online consultation through NHS 111 online, and the advice was I will receive a phone call from the doctor, GP out of hours, that's how we call it, after an hour. So I received a phone call from the GP out of hours, and his name is Dr. Shandu. Shout out to you. And how many years of my stay here in the UK, it was my first time to encounter a very sensible GP. So the GP was very patient to me, and he took his time to listen to my sentiments, and he's very understanding and has also a background regarding threads. cosmetic threads. And he explained to me that what is happening to me is a recurrence of infection because of thread rejection. He said that he had never encountered a thread rejection in his entire career, but he has heard about thread rejection from facelift. So he told me about it, and he said that, oh, you're having recurrent infection, because he asked me to send a photo of my nose, and it was really swollen that day, and it was really red, and there's an opening. As you can see, this one, this is actually way better than it was a few days ago. So he told me, he reassured me that he's going to write a recommendation to my GP to advise that I should be referred to a plastic surgeon, not for cosmetic purposes, but more on resolving the issues of my recurring rejection to the threads. But he also enlightened me on things that could happen if ever that I will see a plastic surgeon. He told me that even if you see a plastic surgeon, because he told me that my case could be categorized as non-priority. So he said that even if you'll be seen by a plastic surgeon, they will be quite hesitant to operate on your nose just to remove the threads, because as far as he knows, the PCL threads are meant to be dissolvable. So it meant to be converted into collagen into our skin. The plastic surgeons might think twice if they want to operate you or not. It will be a complicated case, since I did have a lot of threads, and maybe some of the threads are already absorbed and converted into collagen, and maybe the threads would break once they attempt to remove it. So it will cause a significant scarring into my nose. So I was alerted by it, and he did make a point. Yes, it's true. It is a consequence of undergoing a procedure just to remove the threads. So he recommended for me to have the antibiotics, and I told him that I already actually started a course of antibiotics for my nose, as I have a supply, a personal supply of my medications, because I knew that this will happen again. Last month when I made that part 3 update, I thought, oh, this will be the end of my struggle of this nose threads. But then I was surprised, and after 2 months of the last episode of thread extrusion, I told myself that I'm sick and tired of this, honestly, because my body is keep rejecting the threads, and there's nothing more that I can do to stop it. The GP told me that it will keep happening again and again. That's what he said, because the body is rejecting the threads, since the threads are considered as foreign material that you put into your body. So since I already had a reaction to it, so the body will just keep expelling it from my system. What a news, isn't it? So it was a good chat. It was a very sensible conversation with the GP, and he enlightened me about the consequences. Although I already knew about it, that's the first time that the GP actually listened of what's going on with me. And I told the GP that it affected me mentally, because it makes me anxious to go out, because this one is showing and we are no longer wearing face masks at work. So what I did, every day that I am at work, I cover it with foundation and then powder, just to hide the swelling. You know, if you see me for the last few days, it is really swollen. I look like a witch. I told myself, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. So I am on my 5th day of antibiotics. As you can see, the swelling on my nose has improved significantly. So there's only a mark left at the tip of my nose. See that? There's an opening. That's where I prick my skin intradermally just to release the pus. So every after shower, the pus is not actually a pus according to the doctor. It's a liquid from the dissolved thread that keeps on coming out from my system. So after a shower, it comes out, and I have to dry it again. I have to put betadine again, and I'm using also an antiseptic cream on top of my antibiotics. So I called my surgery yesterday because I was advised to contact them after I had a conversation with the GP out of hours on Thursday. So when I phoned, of course, what will you expect? There's no appointment available. So they advised me to call on Monday to see if there's a slot open. So I'm here dealing with my nose. This is my issue. I have to deal with it because I choose to be maarte. So this is the consequence. To all watching my vlog, since the part 1, part 2, part 3, and this is the part 4 of my updates, it's been how many months now since I had my procedure? It's my 8th month, approaching 9 months actually, post-procedure. So for those watching, I'm not discouraging you to have the Hiko nose thread lift, guys, just to clarify it, because not everyone gets a reaction like this. Some of my comments have positive experience with the Hiko nose thread lift. This is just my personal experience, but I would highly advise for you to consider all the factors, the pros and the cons, and aftercare. Make sure that the procedure will be performed by a qualified professional. So that's it, everyone. This is my update on my 9th month of post Hiko nose thread lift while I'm doing our walking here along the river. So once again, thank you for watching, taking your time to watch my part 1, part 2, part 3, and now my part 4 of my Hiko nose thread lift journey. I hope that you have learned a lot from what I have shared based on my experience. And if you find this video valuable, if you find this informative, please guys, please hit the like button and share my videos to your friends who are planning to have the Hiko nose thread lift. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, guys, what are you waiting for? It's very easy. You just click the button there and subscribe to my channel. Once again, thank you very much and have a good day. Bye-bye.